growth in his body, maturity in his body has changed 4 or 5 years ago, man. He just looks like a totally different person. So, I mean, I'm sure Milwaukee deserves a lot of credit in the front office for making that pick for one, because he was definitely somebody who was unknown coming into the draft, and to turn out the type player he is today. It's hard work and dedication to his craft, but also for his organization for investing in him as a basketball player. So it's incredible what he's doing in the NBA.
What's your experience as a player? You see Giannis as a top 5 player yet in the league?
I look at him as an elite player. I don't really like to rank guys because we're all elite at something and produce at an elite level, but it's a matter of preference and taste and who you want to call the best. But he's up in that elite group of guys.
You were very complimentary of him early in his career, and you've been very complimentary of him since. What kind of draws you to him as a player?
I just like how hard he played his first game against me. That's all I can go off is how these guys play on the court. And so I seen how hard he played, how much he wanted it at an early age, and he just played relentless. He blocked one of my shots bad his first year in the league, and it really put me on my toes. And like, all right, this guy's coming to play tonight. You gotta really come to play. And I had to bring out a couple moves that I don't usually bring out every night against him that first year because his length and his athleticism. I was seeing it from an early age, and not seeing this, but just how hard he played. Obviously that translates in the
Kevin, you saw it, way behind you. You saw it in Oklahoma City, what it can mean for a small town to have, or a smaller city to have a guy that kind of is transcendent. How different is it coming to Milwaukee for games knowing Giannis is here versus earlier in your career when maybe the team didn't have a guy like that?
I mean, there's more billboards around the city. I don't really look at that type of stuff.
Does it have like a bigger game feel?
Yeah, just because they're a good team and they got good players. Not just Giannis. Obviously, he's the head of the snake here, but having guys like Brogdon and Eric Bledsoe and Brook Lopez, who's shooting 9 threes a game at a high clip. Khris Middleton, who's one of the best players in the league, in my opinion, most skilled players in the league, in my opinion. They got a great coach. So you look at just the whole dynamics of the team and new arena, you can just tell it's just a new feel here in Milwaukee, and they rallying behind Giannis as their star. But they have a lot of great pieces that make this whole thing work.
When you were coming up, what did it mean to have all-star level guys encouraging you and complimenting your game, and telling you that you could be, a guy in this league?
It didn't really mean much. It doesn't change how you work. It doesn't change what you do and how you approach it. It's just cool to know. It's just cool to know that what you've done and the work you put in is you're actually producing on the court. You're doing something right, and with your work habits and your approach. But if it didn't happen, I'm sure you'll still approach it the same way, and that's how I felt as a young player.
Kevin, what's jumped out to you this week as DeMarcus has been progressing more and more?
He's just a little bit more louder than usual. So every time he gets, he starts to talk a little bit more. That means something good is happening, and that's a good sign for us. But he looks good. Obviously, he might be a couple. I don't know how long he is away, but I think he's playing here soon. But his win looks good. I watched him play 5-on-5, and his handle looks great. Shot looks good. So I guess it's just a matter of just getting back to the feeling of the floor again.
When you're saying he's talking a little louder, is that also like competitive on court things too?
Not really like that, but you just see he's a little bit more excited because he's getting closer and closer. Much more than just what he says on the court, but just his whole demeanor. You could just tell that he's on his way to doing something he loves, man. Get basketball taken away from him for so long, man. You'll have your good and bad days, but he's been great for us.
Kevin, how was it? He's pushing it to try to play tonight. Is he a little bit louder?
Oh yeah, he's a little bit more excited. Both of them are excited. You can tell they're close to playing, and we definitely miss him out there. And we're looking forward to having them back. But more importantly, this game is being on the court is a temple to these guys. And this is their place for them to express themselves, to be who they are, and without it, you know, it's like a void there. So I'm glad that void is going to be filled for those guys soon.
Kevin, how was last night going to the Kevon Looney retirement night, if you will, at his high school?
It was amazing, man. You know, you see these guys and you only see them once they come into the league, and you don't realize the journeys that they took before they made it to this point. And, you know, just to walk through those hallways with Loon, you know, spent a lot of his time and meet those people who helped him and crafted him to a young man when he left that school. And to come back a successful NBA player, starter on the NBA championship team, man, it's just an inspiring story for all of us to, you know, look at and be a part of. And, you know, so happy for him because he deserves it.
He didn't know you were coming, right? That was a surprise?
No, he knew we were coming.
Oh, okay.
He said he let all of us know, but we had a choice and everybody chose to go support him. And, you know, that shows what this organization and this team is all about.
You mentioned Khris. Last week, Greg Popovich was in here and said at Team USA, he walked up to him and said, "Hey, you belong here. Know that, play like that." Was there any question to you about Khris having that belief when he first got to camp?
Nah. I'm a huge Khris Middleton fan. I mean, we all in the league realize what he does. You know, he might not get the glory or the glitz or whatever comes with it. You know, that'll get more people to recognize what he does, but somebody that efficient, somebody that deadly from the three-point line all over the court, not as athletic as people would want him to be. You know, that's the flash that I mean, but you know, he can back anybody in, shoot over top, he can play in the pick and roll, he can pass. He's 6'8" at the 2 guard, so he's big for his position. He can catch and shoot three, he can dribble off the shoot three off the dribble. Go either way, shoot the mid-range. I mean, he's complete to me.
Kevin, Draymond has said he wants to come back for this game. How does the team at this point in the season, when we all know what matters is the playoffs, but you guys have been sliding a little bit over the past month, how does the team balance?
Sliding?
Yeah, I don't know, but by your guys' standards, right?
Nah, sliding?
Well, I mean, how do you balance the idea of like waiting until he's absolutely 100% versus like, hey, this is kind of a big game?
Just relax, Dre. We definitely want him to be out there. We want him to, you know, play. But we got, you know, health is the most important thing. We've been hit by that bug a couple of times. You know, having key guys out the last 3 years for a stretch. We know how to deal with it, but more importantly, we want these guys to be coaching the training staff. They want everybody to be 100% or close to it. You know, especially in the regular season, you don't want to go out there and play with, you know, nagging injuries that can get worse. So make sure those injuries that can get better. You know, I'm sure that Draymond's waiting for that to get better, and if he can play through it, he's willing to. You know, he's going to be out there to play. But he's a competitive guy that loves to play the game, just loves being out there. So I can see why he's itching to play.
Is what's going on with your favorite professional football team affecting your family?
No.
That team?
No. Why you ask that?
I mean, I saw you tweet the Kaepernick thing. Obviously, they're not bringing him in.
Nah, I don't think that's going to stop me from being a fan. Obviously, as a fan, we don't get everything that we want. But I mean, I understand. You know, the difference between actually saying something and it getting done as a fan, and what happens in within the organization. So I know my place and I know my role in this whole thing, and it just, you know, giving my support to somebody who I feel should be in the NFL.
All right, let's go.